to advance to the semifinal draw. So yes, St. George's went down 3-0 to the PHC Zebras. Sorry about that. I fixed the audio. Yeah, I realized I wasn't. I didn't have my audio on. But yeah, we're just talking about three of the four quarterfinal matches in the Friendship needed kicks from the penalty mark, and two of the Shield quarterfinals needed kicks from the penalty mark. And I did start off with that PHC defeating St. George's 3-0 down at Wellington Oval last week, Sunday, to advance to the semifinal. The other quarterfinal matches that took place, we saw Hamilton Parish and Somerset Trojans played to a scoreless draw over at Lord's. However, in the penalty shootout, the kick from the penalty mark, Somerset Trojans would score 4 times and Hamilton Parish would only be able to score twice. So that put Somerset Trojans in the semifinal draw. And then in the late match on Sunday, North Village and Boulevard Blazers, well, it was a late match because the first match ended up going into extra time and kicks from the penalty mark as well. North Village and Boulevard ended up 3-3. And then in the kicks from the penalty mark, it was North Village 4, Boulevard Blazers 2. So that would have seen North Village, PHC, and Somerset Trojans last week go into the semifinal draw. Then last night at the BAA Field, Dendy Town Hornets and Devonshire Cougars went to battle. They played to a 1-1 draw after extra time. They too had to go with kicks from the penalty mark, which saw the Dendy Town Hornets defeat the Devonshire Cougars 4-2. So the semifinal for the Friendship will see Dendy Town take on North Village Rams, and that's on Monday at Lord's and St. David's. And then in the other semifinal, which will take place at Bernard Park on Tuesday, will feature Somerset Trojans and the PHC Zebras. Now let's turn our attention to the Shield quarterfinals. The first Shield quarterfinal, we saw Southampton Rangers and Island Rangers play to a scoreless draw. In the end, Island Rangers would defeat Southampton Rangers 4-2 on kicks from the penalty mark to advance to the semifinal. The other matches saw Paget defeat Somerset Eagles 3-0. And then, in what would be considered a shocker, St. David's defeated Devonshire Colts 4-0. It would be deemed as a shocker to many people, but not to St. David's. They know what they have, and they'll be the first one to tell you. It wasn't a fluke. They knew what they were doing. And then last night, an exciting match. If people thought they saw an exciting finish to the World Cup, the same thing happened last night in Bermuda. Wolves were leading 3-1 in extra time with a matter of minutes to go. Young Man Social Club would score 2 goals in the dying minutes of extra time. And then Young Man Social Club would go on and defeat Wolves 4-2 on kicks from the penalty mark to advance to the Shield semifinals. They will play Island Rangers at Lord's in St. David's on Monday, and then the other semifinal will see Paget take on St. David's on Tuesday at Bernard Park. Now, interestingly enough, Paget and St. David's played a league match this weekend, and that match ended in a 2-2 draw. However, when that semi-final match is played, there has to be a winner. So St. David's are getting stronger. Of course, Paget, we've put a lot of emphasis on Paget that they will run away with the league. It hasn't quite materialized as of yet, but it's all to play for over the Christmas break, and then it's a spot in the final for New Year's Day. We still haven't been informed where that final will be played, and once we do know, we will post it. I'm going to quickly talk about our picks, because if anybody was paying attention to the picks over the last few weeks, they would note that this past weekend, or the past 2 weekends, was a nightmare for anybody that was doing it. I believe out of the 9 matches, out of the 9 matches, I myself only got 3 right. Punchy only got 2. Macy only got 2. And Coach Keita only got 2. Because we all took, I'll just go down the line. So the Devonshire Colts and St. David's match, we all took Devonshire Colts, and we know they lost 4-0 to St. David's. And then it was Island Rangers and Southampton Rangers. We know Island Rangers won that on kicks from the penalty mark, and we all took Southampton Rangers. Paget defeated Somerset Eagles 3-0. We all took Paget, so we all got a point there. Then Wolves and Social Club. We know Social Club won on kicks from the penalty mark, and we all took Wolves. So in the Shield, we only got 1 right. Then in the Friendship, North Village defeated Boulevard with kicks from the penalty mark, and we all took North Village, so we get another point there. We all took St. George's Colts over PHC. I think PHC wanted to send us a message to say, hold on, don't throw us out just yet. And of course, PHC won that 3-0. Then the Hamilton Parish and Somerset match. Punchy, Maceo, and Coach Keita all took Hamilton Parish. I was the only one to take Somerset Trojans. And of course, Somerset Trojans advanced with the penalty, kicks from the penalty mark. So I would get another point there. And then we all took Devonshire Cougars over the Dandytown Hornets. And of course, we know that Dandytown Hornets won on kicks from the penalty mark. And in the lone first division match of the week, we saw St. David's and Paget play to a 2-2 draw. And we all took Paget to win that particular match. So, we have this Christmas break coming up. Well, when I say Christmas break, we have the Shield semifinals on Monday, December 26th. And then we have the second semifinal on Tuesday, December 27th. And then we wait to see who will play in the final on New Year's Day. No, I took Village, Paget, and I took Somerset Trojans. Yeah, I took Somerset Trojans over Hamilton Parish. You'd have to go back and check it out, but I did take Somerset Trojans over, because I remember saying that Somerset, Scott Morton has Somerset cup tied. He'll know how to get them through that particular cup game. But I don't know about this next one. So I'm actually going to go down this list for the semifinal, because it's Social Club and Island Rangers. I'm actually going to take Social Club, and this is the Shield semifinal, and this is for Monday at Lords and St. David's, and then it's Dandytown and North Village. Dandytown have a whole host of youngsters back from school. North Village will have the same thing. I just think North Village right now will have a slight edge with momentum, with all the things that have gone right for them so far this season. So, and they're going to want to prove a point that that 4-0 loss to St. George's 2 weeks ago. They're over that. They'll shake that off, and they'll be back. So I'm going to take North Village for that match on Monday. Then it's Paget and St. David's on Tuesday. I'm going to take Paget for that match. And then it's that's the second Shield semifinal. And then it's PHC and Somerset Trojans. This one here is very tricky. We all saw what Somerset Trojans were able to do to lift the Dudley Eve title. They're going to play a very, very determined and strong PHC team who have pretty much owned them throughout the season. I believe they did manage to get one better than them in the Dudley Eve. However, I just think PHC is just going to be a bit too strong for them on Tuesday at Bernard Park. So I'm going to take PHC for that particular game to see how. So I'm predicting if my picks go to form in the final, will be Social Club and Paget, North Village, and PHC. I have to see how everybody else. I have to send it out to everyone else to see how they decide to pick. We did have the award for the Player of the Month, and this was the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ethan Phillip for Goslin's Rum, and I'm here with Jonte Smith, this month's Player of the Month. Jonte has been very successful with the St. George's Colts, and this is his reward from Goslin. So, congratulations, Jonte.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate it.
Keep it up, man.
I will.
And there you have the Player of the Month, Jonte Smith from the St. George's Colts. And we remember that was picked 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, I've been under the weather. Still am under the weather. But we're fighting through to try and make sure that we do bring you what we need to bring you. What I'm going to end the show early this evening. Again, I am under the weather. I'm fighting this cold. But we'll be back on New Year's Day. New Year's Day with the picks, the results, and getting back into league football on the following weekend. So there you have it. Folks, enjoy your night. Sorry for the short show, but season's greetings. Merry Christmas.